There's been a lot of concern about the Zika virus in the United States, with over 2,600 documented cases, and of those cases, almost 500 of them involve pregnant women. Now, with the Zika virus, it can affect the fetus, and it can affect their brain. You know, it can give them malformations. So this is a pretty important issue. Congress has been under immense pressure to get a bill to the President Obama to fight this virus, right? And especially before the July 4th recess.
And before the temperature starts to change.
Exactly, yeah. Because these, it's carried by mosquitoes, daytime mosquitoes. So this, like I said, this is pretty important. So a bill in the House of Representatives did pass, but on Tuesday, it got to the Senate and it failed. It died. And who's responsible?
Well, it depends on what media outlet you look at. You know what I'm saying?
We know that the Republicans control the Senate. Well, they control the Senate and the House. But so it was the Democrats that largely did not approve this legislation. So on its face, when I read these reports, I'm like, oh my god,
why wouldn't Democrats go ahead and approve this?
Exactly.
It's Zika virus.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
So the bill would include $1.1 billion to fund Zika virus research.
But now, is all of that for Zika virus research?
Well, that is, but there is a lot of other measures and provisions that were lumped into this bill.
Okay, so we can get closer to the reasons why the Democrats didn't want to approve this bill.
Right. So it wasn't just that the Democrats are hateful people who
want a pandemic on our hands.
Exactly. No, it wasn't just that. What it was about was that the Republicans added in provisions into this bill. Like, Democrats and Republicans do this. They add these things to these bills so that they can get what they want. Especially when these added provisions have nothing
to do with the center of, what the priority is.
So let's give you some examples. In this bill, it included, it exempts companies or exempts pesticide from clean water rules. So companies can just, spray, where they want to, I guess some people have something that, wrong with that. I mean, they have a problem.
So pretty much rolling back environmental safety standards.
Yeah.
And that probably would benefit the corporation that produces that pesticide.
I'm sure they didn't lobby for Republicans to include this into the bill.
No.
That's far-fetched.
No, couldn't be.
Also, Confederate flags. Something about Confederate flags. This bill would have repealed a law banning Confederate flags from being in military cemeteries.
That's obviously an important measure that was necessary. Okay,
and it has to do with science, research, the Zika virus.
Yes, maybe these veterans died from the Zika virus.
Oh.
Retroactive. Retroactive.
Yeah, we need to salute them.
And they need to salute them with the Confederate flag.
Yeah, so the Confederate flag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What else did it have in there? Oh, a big one.
Oh no, I think it's two big ones. Actually, it's two big ones.
Well, let's get to the first one. All right. It would have defunded Planned Parenthood.
Contraception measures.
Yeah.
You think that's a big one?
Yeah.
I think the big daddy of them all is defunding the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, it would have took money away.
Because that's something that Democrats would have approved.
Yeah, and Obama too. He would have signed off on this legislation if it made its way to his desk, right? He wouldn't have vetoed it.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
That was the plan. Mm-hmm. So he could veto it and make him look like he wants the outbreak to happen.
Exactly.
Look at Obama wanting all Americans to die.
Mm-hmm. And also too, it would have took money away from the Ebola virus to fight Ebola, and it would have given it to the Zika research.
Now, we can actually have an intellectual debate about that.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, you could say that that money's just sitting there. Well, it's sitting there for a reason.
Yeah.
And they say, well, Ebola has been defeated. And I was like, yeah, but an outbreak could still happen. Simply because, we know how to cure it doesn't mean that it, an outbreak won't happen.
Right. So the Democrats largely voted no on this bill. Now, what's interesting is that the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, he also voted no. But there was a very interesting reason why he did vote no. See, voting no allowed him to bring up the measure again in another vote. That's why he voted no. Mm-hmm. And his comments were also interesting. He said, it's really puzzling to hear Democrats claim to be advocates for women's health measures when they are the ones trying to block the Zika legislation.
See, this is why people look at Congress with the side eye.
Yeah.
Because how can he actually sit up there and say that? Oh, I'm sorry. I already know the answer to that. Because he's hoping that people don't look into the provisions that were added in there and read the fine print. So he can make himself look like, we're the good guys here.
We're fighting for women's rights.
Yeah.
And women's health matters.
That is so ironic that he mentioned women, even though these provisions would
defund Planned Parenthood, where millions of women go.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women that will be affected by defunding the Affordable Care Act too.
You're right. That's why it's so interesting. This man is a clown. This man's a clown.
You're saying the word interesting and clown. Those words are way too nice.
Too nice?
Those words are way too nice. That's another level of shiesty right there. Because it's essentially you're the one who is, looking like the Scrooge here. Mm-hmm. You are the Scrooge here.
Yeah, but he's acting like
acting like he's not.
Yeah. So next steps now are undetermined. We don't really know where it's going to go from here. There's pretty much not going to be a bill on President Obama's desk by the
exactly.
Yeah, so it'll have to wait until after that, and then even after that, is there going to be some compromise? Is there going to be an actual piece of legislation that the Senate Democrats can agree to? We don't know. But what's really so frustrating is that why are these politicians wasting taxpayer money and wasting time
playing games?
They're playing games. They knew that they knew the Democrats wouldn't sign. They knew that President Obama would not sign this legislation
to defund his. That's like the bill that defines his presidency. You see what I'm saying?
You're just wasting
games.
That's why this Congress has one of the lowest approval ratings ever. Maybe the lowest.
They don't care. They don't care.
They just gotta appear like they're doing.
They're doing something, but
when they actually aren't.
But they don't care because they still get money from corporations.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't care,
and they have a platform. The media is always in their face, given that microphone, and they can bash the Democrats just like Mitch McConnell was doing. They can bash President Obama, and they look like they're the good guys because, if you're a supporter of the Republican Party, oftentimes it doesn't matter what these clowns say. You'll support them no matter what.